1, 2, 3.
Do it.
Oh, go girlfriend. I'm your mother. Come on, Thorny, you're losing to the rookie. It's embarrassing. Come on, Rabbit. You can do it. Oh, Rabbit, he's killing you. I got Thorny in front by a lot. What's the matter? Your mama didn't teach you how to chug? Come on, Thorn. Come on, Thorn. Oh.
God damn it. I am all that is man.
Here's the next episode of the Safe Space Podcast. As always, my name is Paul Zico, joined by Miles Harrington.
Excited to be here, folks. We are down in Indianapolis at the Toy Pit. I'm joined by the Dream Team. We're talking about actually making ourselves starting lineup action figures. Should be pretty tight.
There are 5 of us.
Yes, there are.
Joined also by Juan Cordero.
Hello, ¿cómo estás?
Adam Marino.
Hey guys, I'm excited to bring on our guest of the Safe Space. I've met this guy. We worked at a restaurant, and we've known each other for about 15 years now. I introduce to you Michael Schott.
Hey, I'm Mike Schott. I'm the owner here at the Toy Pit, and I'm excited to be on the show.
I'm excited. This is our first remote.
Yeah, so we're in Indianapolis, and we're at a place called the Toy Pit, and we are going to get into that more. But we want to first talk about when we originally talked to Mike and was like, dude, we want to come over, buy some stuff. You got all kinds of awesome stuff here, and we want to do a podcast, and you'll be our guest. And so we thought, okay, well, what else are we going to talk about? And I realized how we met was working at a restaurant where we primarily had to close. And so we got to know each other a lot, and we worked at a few different restaurants, but I wanted to get into that. And then it made me think, man, how many really bad jobs have we had? And
I counted in the car with one. I've worked at 13 places.
Jeez.
I've had 13 jobs.
So what I kind of wanted to get into was, first of all, Mike, maybe you tell us, what do you think the worst job you ever had was?
Whew. That's a tough one. Maybe selling payroll, honestly. That was rough. And I think the thing about it was that it had a lot to do with numbers and, making things balance and that. And, that one was tough. I think it was a good job. I think it was just the job itself was rough. I think that'd probably be the worst.
I remember that. Your stress level. I was like, Mike, you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Dude, there's no.
Because, I had quotas to hit, and then, it was when the economy first went downhill, and, so I think to some it would be a great job, but it just wasn't for me.
So were you selling the software?
Selling the service with, processing the payroll, withholding the payroll taxes, that type of thing. So not only was it number related, it was tax related and sales quota related, and it was rough. I think that would probably be the worst, but...
About how old were you?
Probably about 27.
So still definitely a kid.
Maybe in today's standards,
It's not like when you're 17, I worked at Dairy Queen, the manager was like,
Now,
he made me.
Did you work from home, or did you have to work at an office?
I worked at an office, so I worked with some good people, and I think the company was great. I think it was just the job itself. I think that was...
Did you steal anything?
I did not.
You didn't take a printer out in the field and beat it up with a... Play some Ghetto Boys in the background?
Not at this job. Not this job. So
At other ones.
at my own business, there's been times. Yeah.
We stole our fair share of food between all the restaurants that we worked at. I remember me, Juan, and Mike all worked at a restaurant where it was run so, I don't want to say poorly, but it was ran so differently the way restaurants are ran now, where we would call the manager over and say, I need your card to swipe. This table needs the onion rings taken off.
Right.
We did it so much that we knew the manager's card number, where we didn't even need the manager. We would just hit
141,
145 or whatever,
145.
and we would just say, hey, the table 56 needs, and she'd be like, yep, go ahead. They didn't even check or do anything. It was ran so poorly. Or if we were hungry, we would just be like, manager meal, free food, chicken tenders, clucks and fries.
Jeez.
Clucks and fries. What the hell is that?
Can we guess where he worked by that menu
Right,
item?
just that
Los
gives
Palos
it away.
Jimenez.
That was
Oh, man.
hilarious.
Adam had the hookup. I didn't know Adam had it quite like that. Like,
Well, look at him.
I didn't-
Look at
dang.
you. You're thin. Look at him, tub over here.
No, but you remember that manager number 145. I know you remember that.
145.
And you know
Man,
who
you-
I'm talking
145.
about, too.
I know what you're talking about. You had it on another level, though, man. You got the hookup, man.
Sneaky
Like,
about
I'm not
it.
saying I
Dang.
necessarily did that. I definitely did the manager meal to get free food, especially when we were busy, because they didn't think twice. When they were so busy, they didn't have time to worry about, is this guy legit or not. They just, okay, yeah, here's the food. Here's the corn dog and fries. Get out of here, whatever.
Then you find Adam in the back.
Mowing, dude.
yeah, taking the whole corn dog
I swear
down.
the ranch was made differently at this restaurant than any other restaurant.
People would drink the ranch. I think they were actually drinking it.
Yeah,
The whole
corn
tubs
dogs.
of
Juan,
ranch.
kinda good.
what's your favorite story of, oh my gosh, I am not being treated fairly here, from working at the restaurant where the three of us worked at?
Oh, you bringing this up. So I'm serving this table, and there's probably like, I think it's a birthday party or something, and there's a good 14, 15 people at the table.
Yeah.
I get up to the table, and hey, my name is Juan. I'm going to take care of you today. Blah blah blah. I'm talking to him, and then I've taken everyone's drink order. I get to the last lady. It's an older lady. She's probably 80, 85, 86, you know. So then after I get her order, she gets a water. And then she goes, by the way, how did you learn how to speak so well? And I was like, it's like everyone just got quiet. Like everyone's like looking at Grandma like
Grandma, don't say that.
Stop it. It's like, well, he speaks well. Ma'am,
Oh, man, I was born here.
yeah. She's like, so how long have you been in America? Or something like that. I forget it was like that.
How
And
was
I'm
the
like,
boat ride
"Man,
over?"
It's okay.
He's a good swimmer.
But yeah, that was probably one of the worst times.
I'm sure other people thought that. She just said it. That's
Right. I mean, she was 80.
she
80.
didn't understand anything.
It's almost okay.
When you get a certain age, you should be able to do what you want.
Racism
you
is
know?
permissible.
If you're 90 years old, you should be able to just
She meant
steal
it very
anything you
nicely.
want.
right.
Mike, what about you? From working over there.
I'd probably say, working at some different restaurants where I've been there for a long time, and I had some, seniority, and I've been there, and had a lot of regulars, did a good job, and getting new blood coming in and taking over the schedule and getting my hours cut back, that type of thing, getting stuck in like the shitty 3-table section or something,
Dude.
like that
You're
type
like,
of
"What?
stuff where
You have 5 tables for 2 years straight, and then someone comes in, and now you have 3 tables, and you try and say something, and they act like, well, who are you to ask?
Exactly.
I've been
Well,
here 2 years. What do
yeah.
you want? I'm not gonna say something.
Exactly. And, it affects your money, affects your morale, everything. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah,
that-
because you were like bartending. Remember when you worked in the kitchen?
I worked in the kitchen for a minute,
Doing salads and
CDT.
stuff.
I was on the CDT team.
Oh, dang. Certified
dude.
designated trainer.
Juan was a manager.
Training. Yeah.
Dude, Juan was a manager, but you did kind of everything as a just Johnny worker, regular worker, but that was
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, I wasn't perfect. I was younger then too, and I had my flaws, made my mistakes too, and at the end of the day, it's all good. I learned a lot from it and all, but I would say if you were to ask what the biggest thing that used to get to me, stuff like that.
Didn't they call you pickup boy? Or who was pickup boy?
I was
Yeah,
pickup
because
boy,
you
boy.
picked up
I'd
a
be picking
shift.
up. I'd
You-
live
boy,
there,
you-
man.
You picked up that shift.
I'd be right on that shift.
Yeah.
I better get
up
that
on that
section
shit.
5 though. Section 5, baby.
No,
the
I was
5
always
table.
so jealous of Mike and our friend Ryan, because this was at the age where I started to get into not the daughters that would come in, but the moms. And the moms would always ask for Mike.
so
They would always ask for Mike
Right,
and
right.
his
The
hook
moms
nose.
did?
The moms.
Dude,
Dang, I
Mike
didn't
and
even
his
know
hook
that.
nose. His hook nose is so cute.
Dude, I forgot about the hook nose. That's funny.
Learning something here. But I mean, I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, I'd hook up some things a little bit to keep people happy and, to help pad my check. I didn't have it in the end like Adam did. I didn't know about that. I didn't have the numbers down like Adam.
This dude
I'm
had
not throwing
all
out
the
a little.
girls.
I
This
throw
dude
out a
had
little caramel pie or something here and there. But
this dude had all the girls. That's even how he met his wife.
Oh yeah,
Picked her up while working.
that is true.
that is
Love you,
true.
Biden. Love you,
I
boo.
never.
I love you, boo.
Yeah, Bay.
It's Bay.
Bay. I did say actually, I said Bay the other day, and my daughter gave me a look. We got into an argument, actually. She said, I called my wife Bay the other
Don't
day.
call me.
And
Don't
she
call
said,
your mom that.
she said, that does not look right with you saying that. And I was like, what are you talking about?
It's
And
a
I was
classy
like,
felony.
yeah, I was like, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, Pharrell Williams is the one that came up with the term Bay. He's
like
the first
40.
person I ever heard it from, and he's like, what? 40, like
Right.
38 or something.
Right.
And Brittany said that Beyonce actually had said that, she's later 30s as well, I believe.
Pushing 60, yeah.
So so
In singing
but
years.
yeah, she got sent to her room. So.
She got
She got mouthy, rolled her eyes, and it wasn't the correcting me for saying Bay. It was the way she did it and the attitude is what did it. So
It wasn't like
she got wrecked.
it was big.
Yeah. So,
that.
anyways,
Mike, I would have to say there's a lasting memory that I have from working with you at this restaurant. And we were extremely busy, and I think there was like a storm or something happened, and then like the whole Coliseum got shut down or something. Like there was no electricity, and then people just kept coming in and coming in. And
Do you remember what you said?
Had the Trump
and then
rally
coming
feel.
in, and then I go up to the bar to go get a freckled lemonade, and then you're sitting there like tapping your thing, like where the hell is this girl at with my shake? What's going on? Juan, are you getting BP'd? You getting BP'd? I'm getting BP'd. I was
Mike,
like,
what's a BP?
what is BP? What?
British Petroleum.
No, in the restaurant terminology, BP. Mike was
We
the
can
king.
say it. You can say it.
You can say it.
I was getting my butt pounded.
The reluctant admission.
But just the look
It's
of
when you
Mike's
have
face.
19 tables coming at once.
Man.
And they don't, the key is, okay, those of you that have not served, and maybe I'm talking to Miles here and everyone else who's listening, if you have not served before and you come in and you know that you come in with a lot of other people who are seated next to you at the same time, here's how it works. The server has a section of 4 or 5 tables. If you are sat down and all of a sudden you see 5 or 6 other groups of people all sitting next to you, you can assume that server is getting a butt pounding. So when you order, why don't we call off Operation, I'll have a water and a diet.
Right.
How about we call off that? How about we not do that?
Can I get a diet with the grenadine?
Yeah, let's hold off on that.
No longer diet.
No longer.
600 calories at that point.
Or the classic, can I get a water and can I get a whole plate of lemons
And some sugar.
and some sugar?
Shout out to my mom.
But does she
Still
take
got lemonade.
Lemonade.
Man, that's like
stay at home and make
a
it.
that's a DIY Annie Ann's.
What?
And let me just say this.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
at all.
exactly.
Do it
Do it yourself, Annie.
You know the lemonade
The
at
lemon
Annie Ann's, a
shaker,
fresh
yeah,
squeeze,
the lemonade
shake up.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
The last
It's a DIY.
3 minutes of this podcast is the exact reason why I wanted to make sure that Mike was our guest, because he's basically like the 5th Beatle. He's basically the 5th member of the safe space,
Yeah.
like officially.
He's the godfather of us, basically. He
Yeah,
founded us
it's
before
fun.
we even knew we were to be founded.
And so meanwhile, when you're getting BP'd and you see like you're getting, your whole section is full, 2 tables are waiting to pay. You haven't even gone to these other 2 tables and you need to get their drink orders. But little Billy is over here trying to order, and you're sitting here, and then the mom's like, "Oh, little Billy, what do you want?"
So,
I don't want this.
Mike, go ahead and explain. You have the best way of explaining it. What is a little Billy? Just give like an example of like
I'd say a little Billy is a
table
kid that
75.
just table 75. You got Billy with his mom, and the mom doesn't have any boundaries set or anything for Billy.
There's the key.
Billy,
And there's the
lack
key.
of boundaries. Little
boundaries.
Billy, there's
That's
Billy
hey,
Boundaries.
little Billy
Billy
is the
Boundless.
male figure without other male figure in his life.
Right.
And he's calling shots at age 10.
Has no idea what he wants to eat.
You're the
In
man
his
of the
own-
house now.
And that's
Exactly.
fine. Here's the deal. Little Billy doesn't know what he wants to eat. Guess what? That's fine. But the mom swears that he does know.
Right.
So she doesn't let you leave. So you have table 74 needs to pay. Table 73 is fat as hell and they still need more food and it's not coming yet. So you need to get the manager out. So you see that. Table 71's just getting sat and they're starting to look around. Hey, where's my server? I want a drink. So you see all that, but little Billy knows what he wants to eat. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He has no idea.
Little Billy has no
And
idea.
here's the deal. He kind of sees the situation of, hey, I'm running things here. He senses it too. And then as the server, you're like, oh no, he senses it. So he's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I want a burger. Okay, cool. So would you like cheese? No, I don't want cheese. I want chicken. On your burger? No, I don't want a burger anymore. I want chicken. Okay, so now you're going through, and then don't even get me started on the drink. Do you have root beer? Oh, it's out. Heaven forbid on our thing we have Pepsi this. If one of those drinks is out and that's what they order, well, it's as if you cut off a part of their body, the frustration. So now you're dealing with that. Everything escalates, and it's little Billy. So if you say like, oh, Mike, do you need anything? Yeah, dude, I got little Billy at table 75. Enough said. We would have code words that way. That way you knew.
We would help each other out.
I'm getting a BP. I'm getting
Yeah,
a BP.
Go
Like,
check on
BP,
table
my
73.
Here's the problem with Mike. And I don't think he'll admit this. Mike could have one table and say he's getting a BP.
Hey, it's all relative to the table that you're serving.
Right, that's true.
I mean-
like, I'd be like, Juan, look at Mike's section. He said he's getting a BP. Juan would look over. Dude, he's only got one table.
I think a boy left holding his dick in his hands.
No,
Oh,
it
man.
was fun working together because it was like the movie Waiting, where we're all talking about what we're doing later, and so we would serve tables in our sleep. Yeah, here's your fries, here's this, okay, here's your milkshake, cool, pay me. And we would just be joking about, oh, dude, later we're going to so-and-so's house or,
Right.
whatever. It really was like a movie. And now, it's not like that anymore. I bartended recently, not in the last 3 years. It's nothing like that anymore. It's just different.
No
And-
little Billy's at the bar, right?
Yeah, little Billy's old enough to drink. I think, yeah, I'll have a beer. No, a margarita. And he
Just take a
goes,
glass of
I had
milk.
triple X. No, chilled, honey, chilled. No, no, I want a Manhattan.
just so you know, I think Miles used to be a little Billy.
Yeah, I think I probably
He
saw
has
the
no
symptoms.
way.
No, not with my parents.
all the
Hell no, that
signs.
wasn't happening. My parents.
Yeah,
put the
no,
foot
they had
down.
boundaries.
No,
Mike said that. I
definitely
love that you said that.
Boundaries.
That was the
That
key
was
word.
awesome.
Boundless
This
Billy.
kid had
That's
no
it.
boundaries.
No boundaries.
So has this ever happened to you? So I'm talking to Adam and Mike here. Has this ever happened to you? You're completely busy. You're taking an order, and you have like another table right next to you, and they'll be like, for me, it's like, well, what? Like, can you see I'm talking to somebody right
Yeah.
now?
No, dude, I don't
Rude.
play that. I don't play that. I don't care if they're not going
Homie
to
don't play that.
I'm
Turn
making
around
a
and leave.
statement. No, I don't hear you. I'll just walk away.
No bueno.
So what's little Billy in Spanish?
Little Billy.
I
you
Billy
so well.
Chiquita.
Your Spanish so fluent, I could understand what
Right?
you
You
said.
like that?
How do you speak so well, Juan?
Rosetta Stone.
It's the Incan in our called Gypsy.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
Muzzy.
What about before we met you? Where did you work?
Oh, that was a whole other chapter, homie. That was them Scott's Foods.
No.
It's a
So
grocery store,
grocery,
a small neighborhood grocery store, and I'm real fortunate that I had a girlfriend through those days because if I wouldn't have, then Yeah, working at the grocery store will get you negative action. I'll tell you that. Negative.
Hey, you see that boy-
Reverse.
You
Reverse
see that boy
action.
work the frozen food section? And he pays some of his bills.
I did though. I gotta admit though, I always had money in my pocket, and so that I had that going for me. I always put the work in and put the hours in. So, but besides that, yeah, that's a whole other podcast.
But I don't think Juan, you didn't follow them to any of the other restaurants, right?
No,
I didn't.
Me and Juan worked at Flat Top, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but not as a three.
No, not as a three-headed
three-way.
monster.
You
No
know.
restaurant can handle the three of us.
You worked at the one restaurant together.
The three of us?
No, I didn't work in any other restaurant with
I
you.
was actually delivering pizza for Pizza Hut for a while.
Yeah, I remember
and,
that.
and I would go back and forth
Dude,
with Adam.
your car smelled like pizza no matter what.
Hungry every
Like,
time.
dude, I was like, oh, did you work last night? No, I haven't worked in 3 days. Your car smells like pepperoni.
That we would go back and forth on who did better, like because you had kind of just started serving and I had just started delivering, and then I went from Pizza Hut to other jobs and he
That's
just
right.
kept serving. And I'd be like, yeah, but dude, I make a minimum wage of $6 an hour plus
Plus,
tips.
yeah, you so.
And he'd be like, yeah, but I get so many more tables, and you got to like drive around and shit. And so
Plus, Adam had those manager codes.
he did. I didn't have.
He
yeah.
kept those.
I got a
manager
free
meals.
I got a free small a
Dude.
small a
2x4.
day. But Adam got me into Chili's because we knew another dude that was an assistant. So we did Chili's for a minute, and that money wasn't very good at all.
Close in 5 minutes. I got reservations at Chili's. I'm meeting my boys.
You have a reservation at Chili's.
That's actually smart. I mean, it gets busy on Wednesday night.
Oh,
Your boys.
yeah.
It was terrible. But I learned how to serve. Like that's where I learned.
No, for sure.
Like I'd cut my teeth there. I was there a year or whatever.
Yeah,
and
with
then,
Brad.
right, and then I went to Fridays to make more money because it's at the mall, and the mall certain seasons.
No, and that is
it's really-
smart to work at any restaurant that's in the mall. Christmas alone, I mean, if you don't make $200 on a Christmas shift, then kill yourself.
No, yeah, there was. I do remember a Christmas season where if you worked a double every day, I think I made like $1,000 or $1,100.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
No,
Right.
easy.
I
Dude,
think
a
I'm gonna
weekend.
get out of the toy business.
Because the world is run by the man. In the White House, down the hall, Miss Mullins, she's the man. And the man ruined the ozone, and he's burning down the Amazon, and he kidnapped Shamu and put her in a chlorine tank, okay? And there used to be a way to stick it to the man. It was called rock and roll. But guess what? Oh no, the man ruined that too with a little thing called MTV. So don't waste your time trying to make anything cool or pure or awesome, because the man's just gonna call you a fat, washed up loser and crush your soul. So do yourselves a favor and just give up!
Mike's like, in all actuality, my worst job is this one.
I mean, it depends on what you consider worse.
We'll be back to learn about the man and the toy pit after this commercial break. You are watching The Safe Space.
Attack the Autobot Commander! Call in an Decepticon leader!
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
And now back to our show.
But Mike, are you right now working for the man?
Who?
The man! Oh, you don't know the man? Oh, well, he's everywhere.
You are the man.
It depends on if you consider the electric company the man. You know what I'm saying? They'll come out and cut your power real quick if you don't send them that check. You know what I mean? So it's just different. It's different. You're working for making sure you have payroll for your employees, and
you love
you
payroll.
treat
Yeah,
your
payroll.
treat
You get a
your
good deal.
customers well.
You get a good deal on payroll.
I don't
Hey, I
handle
know a
that.
guy.
I definitely outsource that.
Yeah.
So everything there's covered,
four-letter
and
word.
try to outsource all the numbers, tax related stuff. But yeah, it's just different. You know, you're working hard to take care of customers, and that I like to say that you're not working for anybody. You're only working for yourself. But you know, in reality, you're always working or serving somebody. So that's not the funny answer, but it's the truth.
Right.
Truth.
Tell the truth.
The
Tell
one
the
thing
truth.
I can say about Fridays is I genuinely liked it. I still do. I go to Fridays, not all the
Yeah.
time, but
No,
it's
the
one of my
food's good.
preferred places. Yeah.
I like honestly, there were things about it that I like. Sometimes.
Well, all of us, including Miles, even though he hasn't done it, are good enough with people where we made it fun.
Yeah.
Once you know if your table, once you read a table and you're like, this couple is 80, they're not ready for jokes, they want their food and they want to leave.
Right.
Okay, then, hi sir, how are you? Can I get you some coffee? All right, and you leave. Then there's clowning people like us, like, oh, what up, dude? We just saw this movie. Like, oh, dude, you remember when this happened? And you just cool with them. Up, $15 tip. Cool. You know, once you read people, it got really fun. And then bartending and things like that. I mean, yeah, it was really fun. Dude, my feet can't take it no more.
No, I honestly got out, and I tell people this. I got tired of spilling ranch on my shoes.
Plus, it is to some degree, it is a lifestyle job too. I mean, things change.
Serving
You can't live the same lifestyle, and that's like a lot of the things like we're talking about. Like, you know, it was a great time at the time, and you know, some of these stories are 15 years old now, and I mean, we've changed a lot. You know, 15 years. So some of the stuff that we've been talking about, I mean, we've changed a lot as people, and that, and what was acceptable when some of these stories went down for us, you know, was at the time. I mean, now as grown adults, some of it would be a little different.
My big thing is
like a
that
mug.
when people a party of like 4 or more, when they don't realize that they're that big of a party. So you go to them and say, can I get you anything else? You look at each person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Okay, good.
'Cause they're not paying
I just
attention,
need,
right.
I just need one side of ranch. Okay, anyone else? If you're a good server, you double and triple check that. Anything else? Are you sure? Okay, you check your other tables. They're good. You go back for one ranch. You bring it back. Oh, can I get, I dropped my fork. I need a fork. Okay, now that's fine. You dropped your fork. Anyone else? Again, you double and triple check. Nope, that's fine. You come back with the fork.
The run table.
I was going to order a beer. Well, I just asked you 5 minutes ago 5 times if you wanted anything, and you said no. So, no, now I'm not going to get you that beer.
That's what you actually say to their
That
face.
was the big thing of like the frustration building up after doing something for 10 years. You can only take so much of like people just not paying attention, and they're not in the wrong because they're the customer. But it's like, dude, come on. You just, after a while, you can't take it anymore. So it's just like, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And the wear and tear.
I'll tell you what started to grind on me the most is I would bring drinks out and sit them at the table to the point where I did so many to the point where I'd hear this sound going around the table, and it was like nails on the chalkboard. It would drop like 10 glasses, and as I was dropping them, I'd like lose my mind.
Hey, Mike, you want to hear what the most annoying sound in the world is?
It's like, dude, I can't serve anymore. I just can't. Like, I can't put on the happy face and go give a Dr. Pepper to Billy anymore. I can't do it.
It's like you guys are Jesus in a sense. You're here not to be served, but to serve.
In one accord.
It's
In one accord, yeah.
I know, like,
or Civic. It depends on your budget.
You know, like
Jesus
when
did not speak about his Honda.
Depends on the lease special. You know what I'm saying? And if they want the
good
money
mileage,
down.
gotta get a little good mileage.
Yeah.
You know, like when you interview for a job and they're like, "Oh, tell us about like the worst case scenario you've handled, or like the worst customer you've had to handle." I have like I always have like a go-to Friday story.
Oh yeah, everyone
like,
has.
Everybody's. I'm sure you guys even if you get asked that, there's like it's always does this fucking happen at Red Robin or whatever?
Yeah, serving. Yeah, if you ever interview somewhere and they're like, "Tell me a time where you had to diffuse a situation."
Servers always have the best.
It's always server and bartenders.
And the one I use, I remember at Fridays we had like some specialty $12 salad, right, which is the size of your head, and it has like 90 ingredients, and this lady ordered her 90 ingredient $12 salad, and when she got it, it had 89 ingredients and wanted to know where the craisins were.
Hey, craisins are fire though.
We had like a 10-minute like argument, me and this lady on. Well, here was her argument. Well, by definition, this is no longer this salad because it's missing the one ingredient. It's not a 90-ingredient salad anymore. So now you'll have to charge me $11 instead of $12 because it's no longer a 90-ingredient salad. It's an 89-ingredient salad.
Wow.
Because there's no craisins. Ma'am, I don't know what season craisins are in. I have no it was the worst conversation.
Couldn't you
ever.
just bring out the craisins?
I think we were honestly out.
Oh.
And
So-
for anybody that wants to know, a craisin is a cranberry that's
been
raisinified.
been-
Yeah.
been dried out.
Yeah. Dried out.
Now,
Dried
how
out
about this?
cranberry.
How about when we worked at Red Robin
86 craisins.
and they're out of
And a
fries?
bitch ain't one.
They're out of fries at a burger place.
That gets unlimited fries.
That's happened
And
so
yeah,
many times.
that was unreal for people
They
to if they don't like onion rings, because it's the go-to is always the onion rings, and
Right.
and it's normally more expensive, so you talk it up like, oh,
Right.
we'll get you onion rings instead for, we won't charge you extra.
Right.
I don't like onion rings. Oh, okay. Well, go to Fridays, I guess, and see Paul.
I've been to
We got
Chipotle
some-
and
we
they
got
ran
some
out of
Jack Daniel's
chips.
wings.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
rough,
that
too.
was a wow. Yeah, I left.
Chipotle.
I just left.
Yeah,
I
Turn
left.
around about face.
I did. I don't know what it was about it, but I need that chip. All that stuff falls out on your burrito.
Their
or
chips
your
are
taco
so
and
good
you-
though. They have like a
real good.
little lime taste to them.
Yeah.
Fire. Like when they
fire.
told me I didn't realize how much I appreciated them until they didn't
they
have
got-
them, and I just left.
You're
felt
like,
like
well, I
was
guess
getting a
Penn
half a meal.
Station it is.
I did. It wasn't a big deal. I just said, really, and I was like, the fuck, and I just like turned around. I didn't say it in my mind. I gave him the fuck face and the DAFUQ, the FAQ. You know what I'm saying? So
She
or
called it fuck
FUQ,
face.
whatever, however you want to pronounce. But
Spell
I
it.
just turned around and
It's up
I
for
just
interpretation.
exactly. So I gave him that look and I just turned around and left. It's kind of like when you're on a phone with like tech support and it's going nowhere, but you're just like going in circles. You just find get that look and just hang up. It's like one of those deals. I just went on to the next.
On to the next.
When you're on with
to the
Comcast
next.
for an hour and a half.
Oh jeez.
But there's really no resolution. It's just
And
it
you
is
can't
what it
understand
is.
what they're
It
saying
is
anyway.
what it is.
They just want to go as long as possible so you'll get upset and hang up
Yeah.
because
Or
they
they-
don't have a solution. They just want you to hang up.
Yeah. They'll get tired.
So, what would you say would be the best group of people to serve? And I know exactly who those people are. I think you guys will say the same. The best group of people to serve.
Like a large party or
No,
just in general?
Just
Like,
in general,
like
types of people.
Tip wise or just ease?
Just-
or?
I'll just say it. Servers. Other servers. Serving other servers.
I think I agree with that generally. Yeah.
I would
And when
say
it
that
doesn't
it's
work,
the-
it can be the worst though.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you're like,
here's the
"What?"
thing, they're
You
so
feel kicked in the
particular
teeth.
though.
Like, I would see how that would be particular when, like, if Mike would come in and sit in my section.
Oh, well,
that, you know.
sure.
Sometimes they're the worst people to wait on you though
Right,
too,
right.
especially if you know them and your friends, because you get second. They know you're going to give them a good tip
Yeah,
because
right.
they know you know the deal.
The
They
best.
know your friends, and then they give you no attention, and then you're like, man, I went into one of the restaurants I worked at. And I'm not going to drop any names because it's a friend of ours. And we sat in
Don't
his
mention
section, and it was really nice to see him and all, but we got like second to third rate service because he just knew the deal. He
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
he
He
knew,
knew
we were going to come
tip
correct
him.
on
You
that
can do
tip.
it back to him though.
Yeah, and it wasn't either of you guys, just so you know. But
will not mention Juan's
no,
name.
I love seeing him. It was a great time in that respect. But man, if my food wasn't cold and my water wasn't empty than a mug, like I had to bring the cup up myself, and I just put my hand around, hit the. You know what I mean?
Don't
was
worry,
like,
I got it,
"Man,
guys.
I
I'll
got
serve
it."
myself.
Yeah, I just
myself,
went
too.
up and still even then he was just like, oh, it's cool. He knows the deal. He knows. He knows he can get the water. Nobody's gonna say
I think the
anything.
best is say it's a Friday night and you're the closing server, and so you have like the whatever last section 1 or 2, whatever it's called, and then the other servers are starting to get cut, but they're lounging because we're all going out after, and they get sat in your section, and they're all like, "Dude, we're starting. We haven't eaten," so they're all getting food and drinks,
And they know the
and
deal.
you're the closing server waiting on that table. You get fat cash, and that's their tips they just got off making.
Right,
Right,
and they don't
sure.
mind just throwing you more ones.
Right.
Because they're thinking about it.
Tip drill.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, you guys want to stick
Taking it
around? We'll go. Yeah, we'll go hang out. Stick
Bathe in
around.
it.
Sit over here. Yeah.
Right.
Serious
I love that.
question. Drunk people, bad tippers, good tippers overall.
Okay, I will tell you, honestly, I've had more drunk people forget to sign their credit card, and I'm stuck with a big fat 0. But as long as that doesn't happen, there has been people that have been so drunk that I would tell them what to tip me. No, I'm not kidding. And they were like, okay. And I'd always go at least $10 more. And they would do it.
On a $7 bill.
Yeah.
But you forgot the zero.
But you know that's happened. Everyone here.
Forgot the zero. Or the verbal tipper.
Oh, that was the best service ever. And your tip is like $2. Like,
You could get the religious tip too.
Yeah, oh,
The religious tip.
Paul, did you ever get
Your
the
soul will be saved. Your soul will be saved.
Yeah.
The ones that look like $100 bill or it's like a $20 bill and they're folded up and it's like
and you
in your
open
book
it up and it's like,
in your checkbook.
we
and
have
you look
something
over-
better than money. No, what could that be? Is that going to pay my light bill?
Yep.
Wow.
But Jesus, I thought, was the light and the way.
Yeah, eternal salvation.
The truth.
Well, that's great. What if I already have that? What if I'm already saved? I still need the money.
Right.
I'd rather have Andrew Jackson in my life than Jesus.
Yeah, I'll just send that booklet on in with my to Honda Financial Services.
All right, we're leaving Miles out. You got to have some good story, dude.
All right, well, finally it's my turn to talk. Give me a second here. I need
Step
to hit
up.
my inhaler real quick so I get enough air in my lungs.
Oh, he's got a. Is that Prevento? What is that? Ventolin?
Dude, Mikey's
I did, man.
Okay, so for all
These
y'alls that
He just hit the
know
Quan.
me,
He hit
I
the
did.
Quan, yeah.
Just don't hit Juan.
He dabbed.
Kids need to hit the bed, and I'll hit the Quan. So, for all you that know me, have listened to our previous podcasts, I hitchhiked my way into this group just about a year and a half ago. So they don't really know my background of working, and honestly, mine's kind of a letdown compared to theirs. I really haven't had a bad job per se. Start out as a lifeguard.
'Cause you're
which
still
was-
a baby.
So this just in, Miles is kicked out of the group.
Well, he's still a baby. I had
He
like
might have a gun and shoot you.
Paul had like 12 jobs before you were
Yeah,
at
before
your
I
age.
could walk, before I was 12.
I had a paper out when Miles wasn't even alive. I'm dead serious.
One had yobs.
It's jobs.
Steve Jobs.
It is my job. It is my job.
So,
yes.
no, I haven't been in a mariachi band like Juan. Not the singing type, but I was a lifeguard, being a swimmer growing up, and man, that was nice. I mean, being a teenager, even making minimum wage. The girls I worked with were very attractive, in suits all day.
I bet.
It was very nice. But I think the most interesting was when I went to college, after playing sports, I got into video recording, video editing. I still do it to this day. But I did it for the athletic department at the university I went to. And it was a lot of fun. I got to travel with the team. I got to go there after class, be at the stadium, worked with friends. I basically got to hire my own crew because I was there. I was actually there. I was hired when I was a senior in college, spring my senior year, and I was actually filming for the university even before I even stepped foot on campus to go to class. So that was kind of my seniority there, so to speak, like Mike was touching on earlier. But I definitely was prone to accidents. One of them, I was always going up in the end zone scoreboard, which was about good 55 feet in the air, and we had to climb these janky old ladders. So I was like a monkey going up.
This is at IU, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
places like this, like, they never update. They never have, like,
Oh,
the
now they do that, I'm
state-of-the-art-
gone. Now that they
Sure.
just put new turf in, they finished the end zone, they're
never
going to
the-
close in the stadium. They got all this great stuff now that I left. But they had these straight ladders, and I had to go up about 4. Each one was about 15 feet a piece, I would say. So I'm going up. It's a bitch. And the first time I went up, I literally asked the guy, "Where am I going?" And he looked at me, "You're fucking going up, dumbass." So fast forward a couple months later, I was still a freshman. And when we lowered our equipment, we used a winch in the back, and we lowered that down to the ground. Well, I'm going up the ladder, just trying to, survive on this rust-laden ladder, and I'm not looking, and the guy who was working up there with me wasn't looking either. He spins the metal winch around, nails me right in the head. I about fall out the back to my death. And I sustained a concussion. Well, I quit sports to do this because I had so many concussions. So that was difficult. Had another situation a couple years later where I was driving a lift around that I went up to film on, and one of the managers of the team laid down a pad in front of me, and I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing.
Like
So
if you were gonna fall,
Yes.
that way you'd have a.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so. I'm driving that around, and I see him do this, lay down this large pad for players to go into so they can get hurt, and it freaked me out. And I like steer the thing to the side. It's basically like a old 1980s joystick thing. And I steer to the side. I go right into a fence, and I break the gas line.
Oh, damn.
And I'm about 21 years old, and I'm serious. I was about on the edge of tears.
Yeah.
I just broke. That was probably, $5,000 to $7,000 worth of equipment I just busted, and I felt like shit.
And they let you continue and do everything.
Oh yeah, my boss loved me. I did everything besides destroying equipment.
The moral of the story
fine.
is, have your boss love you.
No kidding. We've all had. I know we've
Suck
all
up.
worked at jobs where, yeah, if we did something like that, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, that was a blast. I'm still doing it to this day, but I don't think that's as much fun as Mike has running this store.
Yeah, definitely. We want to give Mike a shout out and a plug for his store that we're in. Mike, tell us about it, how you came about with the idea, and today where you're at.
Basically, ever since probably around the year 2003, I've been selling, vintage toys and collectibles, pop culture collectibles on eBay just as a side income. We had a daughter, and my wife was in school, and I was taking classes.
You were still serving.
I was still serving, yes.
This is on the side.
Yep, just as an extra income coming in, and so I was doing that, and once I was doing that, and then I finally got to a point where I got into sales, and I was doing different types of sales jobs and doing the collectibles on the side, and the economy kind of went poor, and I tried a couple different sales jobs at the time that sounded like they'd be great opportunities, and just with the way things were in the market at the time, it just didn't pan out. So I decided to just start hitting, the selling the toys full time, and I outgrew my basement within a year or two, and then I got a small space. After a couple years, outgrew that. I got a little bigger space, outgrew that.
You keep growing. Wow,
That's crazy.
Huge.
Kind of moved to Indy, had 2 stores going, and just decided just this year just to consolidate and move it all to Indy, just because it became too much to try to run both places. So, and there's some other things I wanted to try. So, doing that, and just taking care of people, and grown up a lot since some of these original stories that we have, and
No kidding.
yeah, so got family, kids, wife, and so feel blessed about that, and it's a lot of fun. Every day's different. It's a lot of work. I probably work more hours or more than I ever have in any other job, but I get to help a lot of people out and make a lot of people happy, and I get to see cool new things every day. So
Cool.
yeah, that's basically the background on that. So.
What are the hours of the store?
Well, we do a lot online, but our physical
That's
hours
24/7.
And what's
24/7.
What's the website?
Well, our website's more informative. It's www.yourtoypit.com. Obviously, that was the closest thing we could get that was available without paying $13,000 a year. But,
GoDaddy's not free.
GoDaddy,
Yeah,
I
GoDaddy's
spend
not
that on a
free.
gas line.
No,
Dan, I
no.
got Patrick's.
So that was the closest thing I could find to keep it short and to the point, but without spending arm and a leg. But just because there's so many unique items that come and go every day, it's
Sure.
easier just to go that route. But so the site's informative, and then our shop hours are Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 5 right now. And, I work a lot more outside of that, but those are the hours, that you can come into the shop.
You guys are on Facebook, right?
We're on Facebook. You can find it at the Toy Pit. There, I didn't have to call it Your Toy Pit. It was still available.
It's my Toy Pit.
Yeah,
yours.
it's My Toy Pit. Yeah, and I thought about My Toy Pit. I didn't know what would be better, My Toy Pit, Your Toy Pit. I don't know. It depends on how you're looking at it, I guess, right?
That sounds kind of fetishy. I don't want to say My Toy Pit.
What's great is his backdrop right now are all his Barbie
Barbies.
collection.
Yeah.
There's even a Barbie Pacer Girl.
I'll have to say when I
He didn't even know that.
when we came up and parked, like I couldn't wait to come in. I was like, no, dude, let's wait, let's walk in together and whatever. And Juan's like, what are we, Reservoir Dogs? I'm like, dude, I want to see. So I came in and you've got more stuff than I can list in my what do you think's the coolest thing that you've got in here?
Yeah.
That I've ever had or have now?
That you've got now.
Well, both.
Yeah,
both.
let's see.
Start with the coolest thing that you've ever seen.
Ever.
And we're talking about personally, like you are like really proud, like, man, I can't believe I nailed this.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the coolest thing that I think, there's a few things that I've gotten in here that are really cool. I would say I had a life-size Han Solo in carbonite.
Nice.
That was really cool.
Really?
It was hard to sell though because it's so niche. You can't really sell it online. It's too hard to ship. You'd have to crate it.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. I had a double telescoping Luke Skywalker figure. That's not the most expensive thing I've ever had, but that was really unique. That was like a $450 figure, I believe. But it was just a cool find. It was sitting on the bottom of a bin that I had for years, and we were going through some bins. And a guy that was working for me at the time said, Mike, and I was like, what? And he said, you have a double telescoping Luke Skywalker. And I said, no, I don't. And it was in the bottom of like a Star Wars junk bin. And I learned something every day with this, and I'd never seen one in person, and it was crazy. So it looks just like any other figure, but any other vintage Luke Skywalker figure, but the end of the lightsaber will pull out a little further. So that was really cool. I've had a lot of just different random unique things, prototypes. I have original Star Wars poster from the first movie that I actually ended up buying myself just because
why not?
It's too cool. And I normally don't do that. I don't cherry pick. I keep things in the shop and I keep my collection, very, conservative. But that was something that came in that was unique, and I thought I'd have to get for myself. So I bought that. I can tell you what.
What do you get requested a lot of lately? Like what's...
I try to stay really diversified. Star Wars is really hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Batman's always hot. That's the thing that I collect the most of is Batman. Transformers are always hot. A lot of the 80s properties are always really hot.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles are always cool.
Weirdos.
Yeah.
You 80s kids.
What were you into? Just out of curiosity.
Where
90s.
was I at
Power
in the
Rangers.
80s?
No, 90s. What were you into?
What were you into?
No, I was huge into Power Rangers. That's what I was coming in.
Power Rangers are still big.
Yeah,
They're big.
and they have
The movie's coming out.
next year. Elizabeth
Yep.
Banks,
Megazords.
Rapunzel. Oh, hell yeah. But
I have no idea what you guys
I
are
have
talking
no
about.
idea. That
Just
is must be like
run
a
over
YouTube
there.
star or something that made it. Like YouTube. That's just a whole other. That's another whole other topic. So the celebrities that are coming out of that, but it's crazy. It's cool.
You ever run into any celebrities in your shops, or run into celebrities? Have you ever gone on a Comic-Con or anything?
I have ran into a lot of celebrities, and I've had.
he's world famous. He's like,
I'm not famous. I'm not famous,
He's
and
a
they
little
might
bit
not
famous.
even remember who I am. But I have sold toys and collectibles to quite a few celebrities. I've sold, Kevin Eastman, one of the co-creators of the Ninja Turtles. I got when he came to Indie PopCon, got to hang out with him a little bit and got some things signed. And I've sold some things to different people on the internet. A lot of different people that work in the industry that maybe aren't the celebrities, but they're behind the scenes. Like I've shipped a lot of things to like HBO Studios and stuff like that, like ABC Studios, some 80s toys, and one assumed that maybe some of the stuff was used for like the Goldbergs. I don't know. You never know. But there's different celebrity names that I've shipped things to online that I didn't meet them. They didn't see me in person. But it was kind of cool. Like just different people here and there that when I see it, it's kind of exciting. It's not every day, but every now and again.
Cool.
So you've got 3 kids, right?
3 kids.
And you own a toy store. How does that work?
You know, I try to. Okay, you're gonna laugh when you come to my house. You're gonna say under control. Yeah, right. But I do. I try to keep it under control because I don't want them to be entitled and get bratty. You know, so I try to keep it in line to where special occasions or birthdays and that type of thing.
But
so.
are they into old stuff?
Right.
Because you
Did
have
you
like
guide them like, hey, this is really cool?
Yeah. Did you tell them like this used to be cool when Daddy was, or do you just let them like what they like?
I let them like what they like. Cameron knows a lot about different things from being around, but she's 11. The boys are still
older,
3,
yeah.
so it's all things Thomas, you know. So Thomas, they're into the Star Wars stuff, like the Galactic Heroes figures, the little ones for toddlers and that, and they do. They recognize a lot of the stuff from being around the shop and that, but I try to be, you know. Try not to make I'm trying to keep it in line so they're not too entitled and bratty, you know, because then they don't appreciate anything when the time does matter and you want to get something for them. So,
a great American hero, Mike Schott.
It's not the fun answer, but it is what it is, you know.
Right.
So it's not. So
The American Toy Story.
Do they do you let them hear at all? Do they come in the shop?
I really try to not let them.
I was gonna
hear
say because I take
they
my
will
daughter
burn
to
this place
anywhere,
to the
and they go,
ground.
she wants everything.
They will want
We
everything.
can go
My daughter's
to
fine.
Walgreens
The
and she wants
boys.
everything.
There's no
Same
way.
here.
Yeah.
Right.
That just means that you're a human and your daughter's human too. That's just how it works.
And with Mike,
so.
it's double trouble. If you don't know, he has twins.
Yeah.
So that's just
Twin boys,
that'd be way
yeah.
too much to bring them in here.
Oh, that was a mistake.
What's the? I'm curious because you've got like piles upon piles. Like there's just so much here. What's the square footage?
This here is like, I believe, 2,600 square feet. So
And you probably need like 4,600 because it's just everything's here.
probably I'm waiting for the lease to expire this year, and then I'll probably have to find a different type of a setup. But
We'll help you pack.
yeah. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'll hold you to
That went missing.
It's like that LeBron
go?
Kia commercial.
Yeah.
You said it over the internet.
I'm pretty sure that's legally binding.
Mike will be like,
That's a verbal agreement.
why do I not see anything Power Rangers anymore?
Yep.
Where did
No, your
that,
starting lineup stuff is gone, man.
Yay.
where did that
Barry
James
Sanders.
Bond Dr. No go?
Yeah, I wanted to buy that. Hey, man, that's just so you know, $100. Oh, I'll take that back.
So odds are, if you want anything, he's probably got it or can get it tomorrow. He's very good at what he does.
Yeah, and we can special order things. We can find it for you if it's something you're looking for and we don't have it. So, but yeah.
So definitely, guys, check them out. Again, give us the deets again, the address, where you at, everything.
Yeah, baby. It's Toy Pit, 9402 Uptown Drive, Suite 700, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46256. And you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram under The Toy Pit, and you can send us a message that way. You can email us info@yourtoypit.com. Check out the website yourtoypit.com, and call us. Any of the above. So, smoke signals.
Just don't text him because he won't text back till 3 days later.
That's faux show.
Heard.
All right, so normally the Safe Space podcast is a ton of fun, but this one's just extremely to the nines just because of where we're at, the Toy Pit in Indianapolis,
sure.
Indiana. Our first remote podcast, Mike Schott, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, again, my name is Paul Zico.
Miles Harrington, I will be back.
Juan Cordero.
And Adam Marino. Again, big thanks to Mike Schott for having us to his shop, and we'll be back to buy some more stuff.
All I need
Fellas,
is one mic.
Safe space?
Safe space. All I need is one mic.
Come on, Gypsy,
Game over.